YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. Hi everybody, thank you for coming back to watch the Entrepreneur Hour. I've been practicing, studying all weekend the YouTube course that I've been taking, and I just want to kind of go over it, to do my homework pretty much, and to give the information to people that may be interested in doing the same. So I'm going to just jump in. I got a bunch of PDFs. I'm not going to show them because I paid for them, and the class, it wouldn't be good, but I'm just going to talk about what they're having us do. So last week on Thursday I spoke about the blueprint. So just in case this is your first time hearing about this, the idea is everyone should have a YouTube channel for their business, right? And you can choose to have it just for your business or as your personal brand. I'm going to have it as my personal brand, and it will lead me into all the other businesses that I'm involved in. So I'm starting from a personal brand perspective. If you want to start from a business perspective, similar, right? The difference is a lot more of you and your different interests in your personal brand YouTube versus in your business YouTube. You may want to just have it where you are mostly doing content around what it is you do. So one guy that they showed us this weekend, his name is his YouTube channel is he's called the Eye Doctor, Eye Health. So if you search Eye Health, this guy's the first one that comes up. His channel is called Dr. Eye Health. He was basically showing how he created a channel for his he wasn't even the owner of the place. That's another thing. This guy created a channel. He got so popular that people were driving to the West Coast from the East Coast to see him because they wanted him to check their eyes, not anybody else. And so he was telling the story about how he created his channel, and his channel is called Dr. Eye Health. If you look at it, hold on, let me show it on the screen. So Dr. Eye Health. And I'm going to break down all the stuff that I've been thinking about over the weekend, working on. So first step is, let me show you somebody doing it right. This guy is killing it with this page. So application window. Yeah, all right. So this guy's page, let me go to his actual landing. So I'm sorry, if you want to see, actually, let me try to, if you want to see what I'm showing, let me try to, so I'm going to try to show this on the IG live. I'll jump back and forth between me and that. But so this guy's YouTube channel, I know I got it on. So when you land on his page, you immediately know what you're going to get, right? So Dr. Eye Health, eyes, vision products. So out the gate, you see what you're going to get. And I'm having trouble with doing that for myself because I'm pretty multidimensional of what I'm going to talk about. So I don't know what should be my main thing, but I've been having, more and more conversations about this. And one idea I have is centering it around my own vision, right? So my vision right now, and I'll bring it up. My vision is, where did I put it? Oh man. All right, I lost it. Actually, no, it's not. I'm trying to hold on. So, okay, my idea is my whole channel will be based around, we are living in one of the most exciting times ever. We can literally create anything with the use of technologies that are easily available for free. So what I am going to create my content around is this opportunity and what you can do with it, right? So a lot of my content, I'm showing, oh, look at what this person's doing, look what they're doing. But what I really want to show is why we're living in this huge time where we could create anything we want and how to do it, basically. The biggest thing I'm looking at is what can I give you content-wise that will allow you to create your idea, right? So I'm going to go through these PDFs, but this guy's page was one that really stood out to me. And I was like, wow, I got to make my tab clearly, instantly, for you to know what kind of content you're going to get from me. I don't know what that's going to be yet, but I'm still studying. So here are some of the PDFs of what you need to do, right? So if you're on Instagram, actually, I'm not going to show it on Instagram. I'm going to come back to me. So on Instagram, back to me. So I'm going to, what is the purpose of your channel? So you see instantly when you see that guy's channel, what is the purpose of his channel? To educate you on your eyes, to help you make sure your eyes are better off. After you watch his content, you will have more information about how to make sure your eyes are better off. That's cool. That's cool to me. So I got to think about how to do that for myself. So when I think about myself after seeing him, after he had in this class I'm taking, he came on, he spoke about his journey. The guy's channel is like not even, so February 28th, 2018. So 2 years old, and he has 9 million views. His description is really good. It breaks down tips. So, all right. Thanks for checking out Dr. Health, Eye Health. My name is Joseph J. Allen, ODFA, or whatever those acronyms mean. And this channel focuses on the best tips, education about the eyes and vision. Very easy to understand. On this YouTube channel, you will find vision products, reviews, and educational videos about eyes and how our vision works. My passion is to help people learn about how eyes function, how we develop eye disease, how those diseases are treated. Be sure to comment and say hello, and let me know what kind of videos or reviews you like to see. Keep an eye on it, funny, and we'll talk soon. All right, so that's pretty good. I got to do all of that. I don't have any of that right now. One of the major things, though, I'm going to talk about the PDFs, but one of the major things that I learned this weekend and by taking this class is how much work up front you should be doing to create your videos. This was super eye-opening. See what I did there? Super eye-opening because the way they say to make content is you need to search, like if you were trying to make the video you were trying to find the video you're trying to make. So right now I'm working on a video where I'm just testing out this whole thing, right? So I'm making it simple. So my idea is to create a video around how to remove backgrounds using artificial intelligence. So, of course, how does that tie into my bigger picture? I'm trying to use the word artificial intelligence in my content because I want to draw people in that are interested in artificial intelligence, because I believe that is one of the biggest tools we have that make this time one of the greatest times in the history of the world. It's the early portion of artificial intelligence, and artificial intelligence will change everything. So I want to kind of start to dominate in the rankings of when people search artificial intelligence. I want them to see this pretty face. So I'm thinking, okay, how can I start to create content that will allow me to do that over time? Another big thing I'm learning on this class is, man, it takes a long time. Like 2 years is quick, but 2 years is 2 years. You know, like this guy is creating, he said he creates 3 to 5 videos a month for 2 years. And his videos are not like what I'm doing right now. I'm taking the easy way out in one aspect. I'm just talking to a camera, no editing, no post-production. And this is allowing me to make 20 videos a month, right? So I'll take that, and then I'm going to try to do 1 or 2 edited, shot really nicely videos, show my post-production skills per month. So that will give me about 300 videos a month. 300 videos a year. If I could do that for 2 years, I should start to see some things. I'm already seeing help on my business side. On the views, I'm not really creating it to get ad revenue and stuff like that. I'm really creating it to get clients and partners. So that's fine for me. I don't need to get ad revenue. If I get ad revenue, that's gravy. That's awesome. But that's not my goal. So when you go into YouTube, let's say right now, I was searching how to remove, sorry, IG. Sorry, one person watching me on IG. All right. So if you go and you put in how to remove remove. All right, so I started researching it. So I'm gonna remove all my searches. Okay, so how to remove. Oh wait, see, even this one, something I So when I was researching before, how to remove a background using artificial intelligence. So you see how YouTube auto completes what it is I am saying, and I don't know the IG. Is it better to show my screen or I'll just leave it here. So when you type it into YouTube, you have to start typing. You see what it's auto populating with, and that means people are searching that. So look, when I put this, look at this ads that come up. And look at the first video, 278,000 views, 608,000 views. Even though this is meaning AI as Adobe Illustrator, and I didn't use AI, I used artificial intelligence, but this is what comes up, right? Remove barriers by learning by combining human and artificial intelligence. That's totally different, only 3 views. Easy background removal trick for fast Photoshop vectors, 75K. Okay, but what I'm trying to do is I want to rank for artificial intelligence. I know in artificial intelligence that you could literally upload your image and in seconds it removes it. I had an article on my blog about it, but I'm thinking, all right, now as practice, what I'll do is I'll create the video, background.com. I use removebackground.com. Let me see that one. Removebackground.com. All right, pricing. So is it free though? Do you pay or use it for free? Because this one is looking like start free trial. 5 images are free. Oh, remove.bg. That's the one. That's the one I'm talking about. So that is an AI that is basically doing the work for you, and it takes seconds. So I talk about in my blog, when I first started out as a young graphic designer trying to get work, animator, this and that. Yeah, that's true. You don't know where it's for free, but you don't know where your data goes. So remove.bg, let's bring up remove.bg. So remove.bg, the business model here, it's an AI that will automatically remove the backgrounds, right? But they have an API. So the way they want to make money is you use their API on your website or your app, and you pay them every time that the API is called. That's their business model. But to get people to know what it does and test it, they let people use it for free. But like Mia said, Mia Paris, thank you. They'll keep your data. Who knows where it's going, really? And that's a business model in general that a lot of companies are using, right? Facebook, they're selling your data, and we know it. That's why it's free. But the core of what I'm trying to do with my video is just showing that. So I was talking about when I was a young graphic designer, I made money cutting out images. I used to work at e-commerce stores where they had hundreds and hundreds of product photography. And my job was to cut them out. And I made money. And I made money as a young person. I got into industries. I met people. I started developing e-commerce stores just because I knew how to do that skill. Now that skill is gone. Like, you just upload it into an AI and that job is automated away. Right now, not a lot of people know about it. Of course, a few people that do what we do know about it, but many people don't understand that that is one of many automations that are already underway. So I make this content as an overall to basically talk about, if your job is repetitive, you need to right now be looking at what else can you do, because that means somebody's going to automate your job. It's just a matter of time. So me creating this content has two layers to it. I'm trying to educate people on the fact that it exists and make your life easier, because before, just like me, you have to cut that shit out and it's a pain in the ass. Two, it's again to motivate. All right, so no feel do. Another thing, I looked up another class I took about a year ago, or maybe a year ago probably, where it was talking about creating content, storytelling. And it said what you want to do is you want to make sure the person knows something from this video. What do you want them to know? Make sure they know it. What do you want them to feel when they watch this video? And then what do you want them to do? So if I put myself in that framework for this video, I say, okay, I want them to know that this tool exists, but I also want them to know that jobs that are repetitive are going away sooner rather than later. So if you are the person that has a job that you're like, a robot can definitely do my job, I want to motivate you. I want you to feel motivated to do something about that. What could you do? One is you could sit there and just hope it never changes and your job never goes away. That's something that I don't want you to do. I want you to think about entrepreneurship or change your job. Start looking for the path where you say, okay, this job is going to go away. So what else can I do? And some jobs it's easier to know that than others, right? So some jobs you'll see and you'll be like, wow, I would have never thought that job would have been automated, but it has been. So factory workers is one, right? You see factory workers in a car, the thing goes around, the robots make the car. I'm sure those factory workers never imagined that a robot could do the stuff they did. And now robots make most of the cars. And there's a few things people still do, but not everything. Most of it is done by robots. So right now, Amazon. The reason Amazon can charge less than most people, most stores, is their factory is mostly robots. So they don't need to pay people. And the few people they do pay, they don't pay them a lot. They have them doing very easy work. And then on the tech side, those people make a lot of money. People making the technology behind Amazon, but that's very few people. So again, what's going to happen is, as automation grows and grows and grows, the select few that know the skill sets that work will make money. Everybody else may be in a situation like this pandemic, where they're home with only a limited amount of money to spend and not really anything to do. So this is where I want them to feel motivated, but I want them to feel a little bit fearful, a little bit of like, damn, I need to move right now, because if Miguel is right about this, I don't want to be caught up in this situation where it's not just based on a vaccine being figured out. There's no opportunity. So what is a way around that? Let me create my own opportunity. So this is a little bit of a side note, but I'm gonna tell you about a conversation I had this weekend with my dad. My dad called me and he was like, I've been looking at my 401k and my annuity and stuff, because he's close to retiring. He's like, I lost a lot of money. I'm trying to figure out where to put my money right now, where it's safest. So we were talking about gold, silver, investing in the stock market, investing in real estate, investing in different things. And we got to the point where I told him, look, I'm going to be honest with you. The best investment is yourself. You have a good idea that you're not spending enough time on. If you invested your time and money on that idea, that to me is the safest play, because you have control over it. You can put your money in a stock that CEO fucks it up and you lose the money. You can invest your money in a real estate property, but then the person can't pay rent. You can invest in gold and silver. But right now, how do you find gold and silver? Where do you buy it? How do you get it? Right? Because it's COVID, you can't just go somewhere and grab a piece of gold and put it in your truck, whatever. That's not really available right now. But your idea, which I won't talk about it right now, but eventually I will, is really good and it works in a pandemic right now. So why don't you focus on that and put your money in that? Because if that works, you're good forever. You don't even have to just worry about the pandemic and how the ups and downs of your stock and your all this or that, right? So to me, all my content is going to be based on that conversation. Your best bet is you. So why not bet on yourself? Okay, I don't know this stuff. I'm not like you. I'm not an entrepreneur. Yes, you are. You just haven't given yourself the time to figure it out. If you can figure out how to make money every day, you're an entrepreneur. When you say I'm not an entrepreneur like you just mean I haven't done it yet. I haven't dealt with the craziness that comes with being an entrepreneur. Yes, I have dealt with it for many years. So I'm much more comfortable in that fear. But it's the fear is still there. It's not like it's not there. It's just I know what to do when it comes. It's like, all right, we've been here before. All right, this is what we do. Let's go. Right? And that's the only difference. I've done it. And if you haven't done it, you just don't know how to deal with it. So part of what I want to do is show you how I've dealt with it, how I've done it, so you feel more comfortable doing it yourself. So I'm going to show something on my screen that I'm going to link to actually. Fuck it. I'm going to link to this. This is my overall content plan. So in the class that I was talking about before, not this class. So that's another thing. Glad I mentioned this. Invest in yourself. Every year, I don't let a year pass where I don't invest in a class. Sometimes more than one. Most times more than one. But this year, it was coming up on, I felt like I didn't do enough learning that year. So I came across a storytelling class by IDEO. IDEO. I think it was like $400. And I was like, you know what? Everything comes down to storytelling. Everything. So why not invest in myself and take this class? I believe it'll help me more sell for my business. It'll help me more with creating content. Like this was a long time ago. It probably was now like 2 years ago, actually. And I still was wanting to make a YouTube, make an Instagram, do all this stuff, but I didn't know what the hell to make videos about. But I knew all this stuff. I know all this technology. I know how to do all these things. And in my head, I'm still like, what would I make videos of? You know, I was psyching myself out. So I said, let me take this class, paid the $400. This is what I got out of it that I still use now, you know, and instinctually, because I forgot that I had this till this weekend when we were talking about what kind of videos can you make. And I'm like, wait a minute, I did this before. And luckily, I kept the class in a very neat, understanding way digitally where I can come back to it whenever I want. So I went back to the class and I looked at it. And I'll actually even show you that. Let me show you how there's this thing called Trello, right? And I'm going to show you it on, I need info on that class. All right, Sean Prez, he's one of the people I interviewed. I'm going to DM you the info. I got to look it up. So you know what? I'm going to look it up right now. I'm gonna look it up, and if I don't find it within a quick period of time, I'll send it to you. But it was awesome. So right here, if you're looking on the YouTube, Sean, you can see actually the board I made with all the pieces of my content. Right. So how I started was they said start with you, start with your story. What gives you the credibility to talk about this topic, right? So first, I started out by talking about my history, right? But the first part was why I believe this is the greatest time in the history of the world to make anything. So I said, this is the greatest opportunity ever. Right now is the greatest opportunity. So I want to make content around that. So then I said my personal story. My personal story was I got a stolen computer at 10 years old. I I went on to learn how to code, hack, animate, all these different things at a very young age, and I was lucky, right? So 10 years old, I'm 40 years old right now. I've had 30 years of technology experience, seeing where things go and come and how it works. So I have experience. So that gives me a little bit of credibility, right? I intern at record labels with Sean Prez, right? I intern at different places because I was able to know this technology, right? And I went on to work for Disney. So I talk about my career, right? I worked at .coms, right? But this is all just options for content, all of it. Then I said, okay, what's the next step? I have the credibility now. Now where did I go with all that information? So I did all that. Then I started my company, Mass Ideation. Mass Ideation was built, it's literally in the name, Mass Ideation. The idea is to help as many people make their ideas happen. Mass Ideation. So when I created that name, I thought it was brilliant. Most people didn't know what ideation meant. Most people still don't know what ideation means, but I still love the name. So I created that company. Then I went back to the Bronx, which is where I came from, right? So it goes full circle. I went back to the Bronx, but then when I got to the Bronx, I learned that technology was still not in the Bronx like it should have been. Even from when my days, it was very similar to when I grew up. So I started working with startups and helping them raise money, make their ideas happen. So I've created a nonprofit called Meta Bronx. So these are all parts of my story, right? Each one of these, I can make a YouTube video about. I can make content around. A lot of this went into my Tedx talk though. And having this was part of, I think about it, I believe this was part of my TEDx exercise too. Okay, so now you have the credibility. You have what have I done with that credibility? I've done actual things. I work with Chanel, work with Louis Vuitton, work with Nickelodeon, any brand you could think of. I've touched a digital product of theirs. Some I've literally met with the CEOs. Some I've met with the agency that represents them. So this is all credibility. I could talk about all that. So for me, when I think about this even right now, I say, okay, I should make content around when I worked with Chanel, make content around when I worked with Louis Vuitton, make content about when I worked with Nickelodeon. How do I do that without it seeming salesy though? Right? So that's where I got to figure out, how does this give value to the person watching, not just bragging, right? So this is all, but I get to throw it all on the wall and see what sticks now. At least I have something to work with, where versus a year ago, I had no idea where to start. So I'm gonna give you both classes, Sean. There's a YouTube one, and then there's the IDO one. So okay, so then I got to, what are the new ways? What are the new opportunities? So I said, all right, there's new ways to work. So this was from 2 years ago or more, whatever it was. And I was already talking about working remotely because I knew this was going to happen. I didn't think it was going to be for a pandemic. I thought it was going to be because of automation. A lot less people were going to have jobs. And it's already happening. Actually, I had a call this weekend, or was it Friday, where this guy told me about a company that he was investing in that had 100 employees before the pandemic, figured out how to automate it to 5. From 100 to 5, now 95 people are not going to have a job because the pandemic forced this company to think how to automate what it did. And they did it. So now the company's going to become much more profitable, but there's going to be 95 people without a job. And this is the key. Like, I keep seeing this in every industry, every project, even projects I'm working on, sadly. This is what we're doing. This is what technology does. It makes things more efficient. You need less people and more profitable. So how do you do that? How do you survive that if you are not in like my shoes or in an investor's shoes? So this is the type of content I want to just create as much content around this as possible. So new ways to work, new forms of money. So when you think about Bitcoin, Bitcoin alone, Bitcoin in itself, right? Subscription models, all these different technologies that have just changed the way we make money and the way we pass money around. these are opportunities for content in my world. New ways to trust. Another big factor in business. Can't trust people. You can't trust people. You got to have a contract. You got to do this. You got to do that. There's technologies now that called smart contracts, where it's not even a question of, do I trust this person? This person does not get paid with this technology unless he fulfills the contract. So that's what a smart contract is. It's basically a system of trust that you don't even need to question the trust. So imagine how that will change the world, where you don't have to worry about trusting another person. It will be embedded in how you interact. That to me is a huge, huge opportunity for content. New ways to collaborate. So again, comes back a little bit to the remote thing. And then new ways to storytell. So alongside what you don't see here, which you don't see in Instagram, but you would see in my graphic that actually I'm just paste into the graph, is I'm gonna paste this into all the chats except Instagram. I can't really do that. Actually, I can. Hold on. I'm gonna paste this if you're watching. So this is my content breakdown. Sorry, I had a phone call. What you don't see in Instagram, and I just pasted it. I'm gonna paste it into Instagram too. Actually, whoever's interested, ask me. I'll DM it to you. So all this content is opportunities for content for me. So right next to each one of those opportunities, I have the technology that aligns with that type of content. So new opportunities, ways to see new opportunities, that is data. So what data does is data will allow you to see things that normally you couldn't see. So for instance, there's a really good book called, damn, it's on my phone. I think it's called Big Data. I forgot. Another thing I'll put in the links. It's a book about big data. What it talks about is a car company that put all kind of sensors into its cars and didn't really do it for any other reason than just to track what was going on in the car. So what ended up happening was they realized through the data why one of their parts in their cars was failing. But the beauty of what happened was this part was in all cars. Every single car had this part. So they said, all right, what do we do with this new opportunity, this new information that nobody knows except us? They said, all right, we have three options. Option one, we just fix it in our cars and everybody else is fucked. When that happens to them, you're going to have to go and get another car. Two, we sell the information to the car part company. The company that made that part that's failing, we sell that information back to that company and say, hey, we understand why it's failing. And we have something that can fix it because we fixed it in ours. Or three, they could license the fix to every single car company. Guess what they did? License the fix to every single car company and made a shitload of money off of it. And that was an opportunity that they happened to see because of the data. If they didn't have that data, they wouldn't have saw that opportunity. So new ways to work, automation, remote, AI I have in there, right? AI, automation. New money, blockchain. New ways to trust, blockchain, social media. Social media is a trust thing too, right? Let's say you come across me, I call you, I just cold call you. Hey, I'm Miguel Sanchez. I want to work on your website or your app. Pay me $100,000. You're gonna look me up. How are you gonna look me up? You're gonna go to LinkedIn. You're gonna go to YouTube. You're gonna go to Facebook. You're gonna go to Instagram to see if I am who I say I am. So now you trust me a little bit more if you see that I've worked with Chanel, Louis Vuitton, boom, whatever it is, right? Right now, I don't do enough about that. I don't have enough of that. You go to massideation.com, you see it, but you don't see it enough from me. So part of why I need to make this content is to show me and why I created mass ideation and I give the credibility to mass ideation. So when people work with mass ideation, they're working with me and my team. So I need to create more content around that. But all this is part of it, right? So social media, new ways to collaborate, social media and web and mobile. Right now, I'm literally making a show through a browser window that's going to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter at the same time, and I'm streaming on Instagram. That wasn't possible not even 5 years ago, right? So these are all opportunities and all opportunities for content. I can show you how I'm doing this. I can make a how-to video on how to put on a show that goes to all these places at the same time, show you the equipment I'm using. You can buy it. I can even make money off you buying the equipment that I'm using. That's another big part of this class I'm taking right now. It talks about all the different ways you need to make revenue, that you can make revenue. You don't just rely on the views of YouTube. If you do that, you got to get to a lot of views before you are making enough money to make that make sense. You have to send people to places where you make money. And you make money in places like affiliate marketing. So imagine I put up a video that shows everything I do. If you link to the show system that I use, they give me $25 every time anytime somebody signs up and uses their product and pays, they give me $25. This thing that I have this thing attached to a desk that is holding up my phone. I think I paid $25 for it. If you go and buy it, Amazon will give me a percentage of that sale, right? I have headphones on. Let's say I had different headphones. Everything I'm using, I can list out, and if you press it, that's revenue stream. So there's affiliate marketing. If I get to the point where this makes ad money, it makes ad money. Selling you my services. Right now, you may not have known that I worked with Chanel, Louis Vuitton. I work on apps, games, websites. It's virtual reality, augmented reality. You may not know these things, but now you know it. And if you need it, you might come to me. Somebody watching this maybe 5 years from now may be like, oh, Miguel, I want to hire you. Forever, this content will live online and sell for me. That's why this YouTube opportunity is so fucking massive. So then, know, feel, do. So what do I want you to feel by knowing all this now? I want you to feel, again, I said it earlier, I want you to feel a little bit scared for your current position. Wherever you are, I don't care if you have a business, you're a millionaire, wherever you are, this technology stuff is coming for you. It's coming for you. There's a company that's doing this, doing it better than you. You don't even know about them, and they're going to eat your lunch. If you don't take it and say, how can I make my company, myself, more technologically advanced, right? So if I am a marketing company and I have to hire 5 human beings to do this job, let's say, make math easy, I pay each one of those human beings $50,000. That means I need to have $250,000 of salary before I make a dollar. If I create an AI that does the same job as these people, and I go after your client, who can charge less? Me or you? Right? So if you're not thinking like that, your business can go like this. Somebody can come out tomorrow with, hey, marketing that you do for $1,000 a month. AI. You don't think people are working on that? Hell yeah, they are. Why not be the person working on it that already has the clients right now? Because you have the lead. You have the relationships, you have the clients, you have some money to spend on it. What will happen if you don't? Somebody else is going to come along. They're going to do it. Your clients are going to start going away slowly. Your revenue is going to start going away slowly. Your extra capital you had to invest in this future will go away, and then your business will go away. You see it time and time again. Blockbuster. Blockbuster could have bought Netflix. They were making so much money. They didn't believe in Netflix. Netflix was too technologically advanced. If they would have bought Netflix, they would still be alive, right? So what I'm trying to do is create content around this opportunity, knowing that technology will explode whatever you already have, But if you don't take advantage of it, it will kill whatever you have. So I want you to have that fear, and then I want you to have that motivation of, all right, I'm not playing around no more. I'm not going to let some company come out and just kill me. I got the lead. I'm going to keep the lead. How do you keep the lead? First step is data. You have to collect data on whatever client you have right now. That is gold. You have information. You are the car. You are the car company. Put the sensors in your car. You don't even know what opportunities you're missing out on because you don't even have the data to see it. So that's the first step. Then once you have the data, you have the streams of data coming in. Now you have something that no other client can have. So I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you have client A. You've been working with client A for 2 years. You have data on client A for 2 years. Some upstart comes along, cheaper price. Okay, as a business right now, they may need to test that out. You have 2 years worth of their data though. If you run AIs on that data and see an opportunity, that other company can't possibly see that opportunity because they don't even have that data. You do. So you need to figure out how to turn that data into an opportunity. That's where AI runs calculations on all that data, and it sees things that we can't see. As human beings, it's just too much. We cannot, our brains don't work that way. AI does. That's why it's such a huge opportunity. But AI only works if it has data. And who has the data? The people that are working with those companies right now. So if you did it right, and you have clients, and you started collecting the data on the current clients you already have, aren't you in a better position than some upstart? But if you don't invest in that side of it, they do have that. Eventually, they will overcome you because they will start to gather data because these companies are going to test it. Why not? Why wouldn't they? So if you are the thing to test and you have the historical data to run and analyze, you are in a better position to keep those clients for as long as you want. So this is the stuff I think about, and I gotta figure out how to create content around it. And even this video is content around it in a way. Now I gotta create little shorter, more impactful, YouTube friendly videos. So what do I want you to do? So once I make you feel the fear and the motivation, now what? I want you to 4 things. Reach out to collaborate with me. So what does that mean? You hire me as a vendor, or you want me as a partner, right? So I get a lot of the partner calls right now. The vendor thing, I've done that for many years. I'm more trying to lean into places where I'm a partner than I'm just a vendor. Like, because vendors could be replaced. Partners, it's harder to remove a partner. And a partner has more, it's a win-win. Because I know by me blowing up whatever you're doing, I win too. Instead of as a vendor where I just blow you up and then I just get paid one time and then you're off. So part of my business strategy is to partner more than be vendor. So that's one option. Second thing I want you to do is join my, okay, wait, it's collab. So we're just a client at that point or a partner. Collaborate, join. All right, sorry, I'm looking at this again for first time in a while. Okay. So I may want you to join my team, right? So this could be, I'm creating something where many people are going to come to me. So I can use you as a referral. I could be like, oh, you don't need what I do. You need what X person does. But then I have a relationship with X person, like, yo, everybody I bring you, you're going to give me a cut of that. So now I make money off the people I send you. So that's another revenue stream, right? Another way you could join is you could join the mass ideation team. You could have a skill set that I can sell to clients, and you can win because now that skill set, you could also make money on other skill sets that you don't have because other people on my team do have it. You can create your own idea. This is where MetaBronx, right? You have your own idea. You want to figure out how to raise money for it. So you go to MetaBronx. MetaBronx is built to help you do that. Or you can learn. You can learn through an academy that I would create. So even years ago, I was thinking about, I need to make an academy. I was going to call it Mass Ideation Academy, but I felt like that was too much to the business. It wasn't enough to the person. So now I created My Idea or My Ideas Academy. Let me know which one you think is better, actually. If you think My Idea or My Ideas is better, I bought both domains. So I'm working on which one that's going to be. And then I'm going to create courses. It's another revenue stream, right? You'll have all this information. If you want to look at every video I have, you'll learn the information. But if you need more structure, so like, look at me. I take class all the time. All this information is alive online. But I'll take a class because I'm like, look, I want the hand holding, the little bit more one-on-one. So I'm going to pay for that. So like this storytelling class, I was in a group. I had a little bit more motivation to finish my work. I had questions I could ask. Same thing with this YouTube class I'm taking now. They definitely upsold me. It was, so the way that one worked, right? I came across this guy's content. I probably followed this guy for 2 years, right? Create content. He creates content all the time, all the time, all the time. During the pandemic, he put up a thing, 7-day YouTube challenge. I'm going to show you in 7 days how to grow your YouTube for free. I was like, you know what? It's free, 7 days. I got a lot of shit going on, but this is something I want to learn. I sign up, 7 days. As soon as I sign up, I go into his funnel. We all seen this funnel thing. And there's pros and cons to this, but fuck it. I think it worked. It worked on me. I landed his funnel, sign up. Okay, your free class, this is how it's going to work. But before you start, for $27, I'm going to give you a set of PDFs that will make your life much easier in creating YouTube content. It's like, fuck it, $27, I'll do it. Paid the $27. Then, oh, right now, $97, I will give you VIP access, which means one-on-one, you can ask questions during the challenge. And you'll have all the content that we put out in the challenge. You'll have it so you can watch it anytime you want. I was like, you know what? I don't need that. I'll do the challenge. So the challenge starts. We're on day, I think 6 today. I think today is day 6 of the 7-day challenge. Ridiculous amount of information. Like, he's going online 4 hours a day giving you information. There's no way you could take all that information in. So as he's going through all this information, he keeps saying, if you become a VIP, you will have access to these videos. You'll have one-on-one for $97. So I feel myself falling behind on the class. I'm like, fuck, I had so much shit to do today. I didn't even get to watch the videos. 4 hours of videos. How the fuck are you going to watch 4 hours of videos and still get anything done? So I said, fuck it. I'm going to pay the $97. So the guy, I watched the guy for 2 years. And this week, he made $127 off of me. And fine, the value's there. I'm happy with it. And it's another class I've taken. I take them all the time. It's not, and of course, what's coming next? What do you think is coming next? There's different levels even after this class. He's going to have a level that's $1,000, a level that's $2,000, a level that's $10,000. And you figure out where you stop, right? That's how all these classes work. Even books. Every book you listen to, the guy's upselling you his courses or his one-on-one. So why not just take a proven method like this and just rock with it? But the start is you got to have a place where these people see you for a long time. Like I told you, I've been watching this guy's videos for 2 years before I spent a dime on him. But I've been taking the information, half-assing it. And then during this pandemic, I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Right now, it's never been a better time. I'm talking all this shit about it's never been a better time. I better do it. So that's how I self-motivate. I create this self-motivation by talking about it. So then I have to do it. If I'm talking shit and I don't do it, then I feel like, what the fuck am I talking about? So with all of this, all this YouTube content, you got to just think about it as how can it just keep you in the person's mind for a while? Eventually, it'll turn into money. Look at this guy, 2 years. I'm going to tell you another story. I took an automation class. That one I took, I think, 3 years ago. That guy, first time I met him, he gave a free class at one of the places I was renting space from. It was a shared office space downtown. Um, and he came and he gave a free class where he talked about automating your life 10 years ago or more, actually. I take the class free. He kept my email. I unsubscribed after like a year. Let's say 7 years later, I came across this guy's content again. And I was like, oh, that's my guy. I remember that class. But he had way more shit. And I was like, man, I really loved what he told me. I'd still do some of the stuff he told me to do. I was like, you know what? I'm going to pay the $50 on, I think it was like Udemy or one of those classes, class sites, Skillshare, something like that. I said, you know what? I'm going to pay the $50. That's my payback for him helping me all those years ago. And I still use some of the stuff. So I gave him $50. Watch the class. Amazing too. I learned a lot of shit. At the end of the class, he emails me, hey, I'm doing something specifically with the people that have taken my class. Right now, I'm going to select 10 people. And if you give me $1,500 right now, I'll help you automate your business in the next 3 months. I had it. And I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm going to do it. Did it. That class made me automate mass ideation in a way where I really didn't need that many people to run the company. It's fucked up, but it's true. And that's when I realized, holy shit, if in 3 months I was able to automate my business, the world is fucked. Like what happens when everybody does this? Where are the jobs going to go? So I was like, holy shit. But of course, I was living it up because I was literally doing almost nothing and making money. But at the same time, I'm like, damn, this is fucked up for society, for humanity. What can I do about this? And that's when the first thing I thought of was minorities. I was like, who is going to get fucked first? Us. Our jobs are going to be the ones automated first. So I was like, all right, what could I do? I want to start making content around this. So realistically, this idea of me making this YouTube and all this stuff came about 3 years ago. That's how I know when I really started thinking about it. So where I am now, fast forward. I did the class, 1,500. At the end of the class, you get a one-on-one call with him. He talks about what you did. I talked to him about the business. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, I didn't really understand this. I really understood that. This is working already. Bam, bam, bam. But he tells me, look, it's working for you, but it's continuous. Do you want to become part of my X program? It costs X a month. It was a lot of money. And I was like, yeah, I ain't got that. I was like, look, I'm going to have to stop here. I can't afford more than the 1,500 right now, but let me keep going. I still follow the guy. Once I have it, I would do his class. But I keep watching him. I watch him. Maybe it might be 2 years, maybe 3 years, but he's creating content all the time. If he stops creating content, he leaves my mind. And when I got it, he's not somebody I'm going to think about. So part of what this whole thing, and I'm coming up on the hour, is you have to keep in the eye of your potential customer. Look at McDonald's. McDonald's, everybody in the fucking world knows what McDonald's is. But they run commercials all day, every day, put billboards everywhere, every day. Why? Because they want you to forget about them. Even though it's close to impossible for you to forget about them, they still run ads all the time. That's branding. It means very little about selling a burger right there. It's just they want you in their mind. And this is where YouTube and all these social platforms allow you to do. This is why I say it's the best opportunity in the history of the world. All this shit is free. Of course, there's a little bit of things I've definitely invested. You know, there's not everything is free, but it's very little cost. Very little cost. For less than $100 a month, you could be creating on every fucking platform. Have your mind you have your face and your information in people's face forever, like just continuous. The real key though is, where do you start? How do you start the process? So I'm going through the process of start, restart. So right now I've gotten to a flow where I'm creating 20 YouTube videos a month, 20 YouTube videos a month, 20 Facebook videos a month, 20 Twitter videos a month, 20 Twitch videos a month. And then I'm taking some of that, I'm putting it on Instagram, I'm putting it on LinkedIn, right? So I found this system and I'm working on it, but then I need to make sure it goes back to my main why, which is this document. So now looking at it again and taking this course, I am plotting out what are the videos I'm going to create. So the first step that I learned over the weekend and by taking this class is before you create a video, you need to research what you think someone would search to find that video. That has changed everything for me. That alone is worth the $125, whatever I paid him. Because before I was just making video, blind, whatever, just push it out, practice camera, practice editing, get used to me, seeing myself, hearing myself, which that's another hurdle you got to get over. Fucking hate the way I look and see and sound on all this, but I still do it. You get to a point where you don't care, right? So research what it is you're going to create. So you say, all right, if I was looking for the video I'm about to create, what would I put in YouTube, Google? That process takes a while. You have to spend, there's a bunch of tools. Again, I'll put links, tools. Then the second part that's super important, especially on YouTube, is the thumbnail. Man, so between those two things, that could take you hours before you even turn on the camera though, right? So the big thing is you have to like do this upfront research of what would somebody have to type to find my video? What would I want them to be typing, or what do I think they would type to find my video? Start there. You start typing in YouTube like I showed you, and you will get results. So let's say I wanted to say, what is augmented reality, right? So then here's another option, augmented intelligence. What is augmented reality and how does it work? So that one's really good. Let me search that. This is the type of video that I could make. 66,000 views, 1,000 views, 69,000 views, 26,000 views. All right, that is 211,000 views. That's a video I'm going to create. Definitely. Like off watching this right now, I'm 1,000% going to create this video, right? And I should have created it 10 years ago because I would have had all these views, because when I was doing it, nobody even knew what the hell it was. So I messed up, right? But again, there's a big saying, I use it a lot. The first best time to do anything was when you should have done it however many years ago. So I should have done this 10 years ago, sure. The second best time is right now. So my thing is, my next video after I do the one I'm working on now is going to be what is augmented reality and how does it work? Bam. So even on this, it helped me. I created a video that I'm going to do eventually. So, but you saw by typing it in, it lets you know what people are searching for. That is YouTube telling you what's most likely you are thinking, because many people are searching that same thing. So that means you do that a few times, you'll see what type of content you should make. So right now, I just learned I'm going to make that content, but now I got to create a thumbnail for that content. If you look on YouTube right now, you see these thumbnails, right? If you look at these thumbnails, which stands out? This one kind of stands out. It's a little funny and it has animation. That's pretty good, right? You see the mustache, how it works. You see this one. So this is where you need to start spending time on the thumbnail. And this, I spent a lot of time this weekend looking up thumbnails, understanding good thumbnails, bad thumbnails, what makes me stop, the analogy. I mean, the overall thing I keep seeing, basically, right? And I say, all right, so I need to do that. I need to spend more time doing that. So I've been practicing thumbnails, looking at all my old content, saying, all right, how can I change the wording so it's more searchable, more findable in search? So I've been doing that. If you look now at my previous episodes, I changed a lot of the wording because I looked up what's more searchable. And by doing that, I'm already getting more views just by changing the script, the title. So I'm about to end it here, but hopefully this helped you. It definitely helped me, because as I'm doing it, I'm learning. And if anybody has any questions, of course, reach out to me. I'm I'm looking for people that are trying to do this, you know, and we could give each other some tips, and figure out how to help each other grow it. And definitely, if anybody's thinking of doing this stuff, I want you to be on my show, because I want content before you blow up. I want to have that content because that's a huge thing I messed up on. I used to be in places. I used to work with people way early in their career that exploded tremendously. And if I would have had content around me working with them, helping them, that content would do amazing right now. So now I want to start doing that. This pandemic put me in a position to think like that too. Now I don't need to be right next to you. Let's do it remote and let's record it. Let's put it on live and let's make it happen. So thank you for watching. Tomorrow I have a special guest with a startup. His name is Milan. Want to tune in for that. He's going to talk about his startup journey. Looking forward to that interview. And thank you for watching, and hope I helped someone make it happen. Thank you.